I'm Lisa, and I'm the mom half of this duo.
And I'm Shada. I'm Lisa's daughter. And welcome to Two Peas in a Plot, our little corner of the internet where we talk all things books.
We read across genres and love everything from underrated gems to longtime favorites.
And just a quick heads up while we try to avoid spoilers, we do talk about what we liked or didn't. So there might be a few light spoilers along the way just to give you some context.
So if you love stories and want to grow your TBR, hit that subscribe button and join the plot. Today's book is called Christmas Criminals and Campers. This is book number 4 in the Tonya, I think she pronounces her last name Kappes, and it was published in 2018. It's a mystery series that's called the Camper and Criminals Cozy Mystery Series. It's just adorable, and I believe I forget who is making. I think it's Hallmark is going to make movies out of this. So I don't have I might have to get that streaming service once these come
Oh,
about
yeah. Well,
because,
just see, you can get it for like a month and then
oh yeah, I can wait
cancel.
till a lot of them come out and then get it.
Yeah.
I usually try to do it for a year or so, but so basically this one is set just for Christmas. So it doesn't go into too much of Christmas stuff. It does talk briefly about the town and how they decorate at Christmas time. But if you want some atmosphere, it's got a lot of snow and it's on the campgrounds and it sounds really cold. This one is about a small town librarian at a Christmas book club. A visiting celebrity romance author murder strikes. Cue the amateur sleuthing, small town gossip, and Christmas charm, which is Mae, and her name is Mae West, which is adorable. Her full name is Mabel. I think it's Maybelline. So it's set in Normal, Kentucky, if you haven't read the previous 3 books. It's home to the Cozy Laundry Club, a laundromat slash library slash book club hybrid for locals and seasonal campers. So basically, what happens is a famous romance author comes and staying in the town for Christmas, and she's going to do a talk for the book club, and then is found stabbed in the library. So it's super cute. You have to go to this author's website and watch her interview. I'm not familiar with who interviewed her, but she talks about her book and how she writes, and she just sounds so lovely. I'd love to meet her. And she's doing her interview in her camper. And it's not like a RV, it's a
Oh,
little
that's
camper.
cute.
It's really cute. And she takes us on a tour with her laptop and shows, her bedroom and her kitchen and the bathroom and the front. Oh, I guess it is some I guess it's a camper, but it's a driving camper, if that makes sense. I don't know the terminology. I want to say RV, but it's not huge. It doesn't seem huge.
Like
Anyway,
a camper van.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love this series. You need to start with book 1 though. I always like to read if it's a series like to follow in order because you get to know the characters better. And the book 1 is called Beaches, Bungalows and Burglaries. And that's how you meet Mae West and her background, and it follows her. I think she's from New York, and then it follows her to Kentucky because she's down on her luck. Her husband is like, he gets put in jail. He's like, "Mm, I'm not really sure. I don't want to get confused with something else." But this is on Kindle Unlimited, and she has other series which I haven't tried. I'm anxious to try,
I'm
but
looking at her website right now, and
yes.
this one series in particular that you read, there are so many.
Yes, I think it's 30 some odd books. And she's really interesting when she does her interview. I know I'm not talking about the book, but I was so fascinated with her interview that she writes, I want to say 50,000 to 80,000 words. And she in the morning she'll work on project A, And in the afternoon, she'll work on project B. So she works on, I think, on two different series or a different book series, like in the, as for project A and project B. And then when she's finished with project A, project B becomes A, and then she gets another one going. But
That is
that's,
so interesting. I'm gonna have to,
you need to listen to it.
yeah.
She's very fascinated in the way she treats it. And she said her husband now works for the company. I guess she self-publishes, and she just bought the rights back from, I thought I wrote notes from her interview, but HarperCollins. Briefly, she had some books. I don't know, she didn't say what series, so I wasn't sure if it was the same one that I read or a different one, but she basically bought back those rights. And she just feels she has nothing wrong with us regular publishing. She just feels she can do it, and she wants to do it herself. So her husband took early retirement, she said, and now helps with the company. But it's a really good interview. Not only is her books really good, and they're just so sweet and fun, all the characters are lovely, and how she changes this town when she first moves in the first book. And that's why I think the first book is so important, because it sets everything up. Her background, what she went through, what she was like before, what she's had to go through, and now she's come to this campground that was really atrocious at first. So it's just a really good feel. It's a mystery. It's light, and there is light romance because there's always somebody. And she changes the tourism in the town because she wants that community support. And she also feels that she has to give back because her husband, almost like a Bernie Madoff, that he ripped people off of their retirement money and
Oh,
took their
wow.
investment money, and basically spent it. So she feels guilty for that. So super cute. I don't know who they're going to pick for this Hallmark movie. She talks about who she thinks she sees, but that person is blonde, that actress, but in the book she's dark-haired and very curly. Anyway, it's just
And do a
adorable.
wig,
I know. Or she can dye it.
or she can just be blonde.
I just can't wait to see when it goes, comes to fruition. And I can't wait to read more of these
You
books.
got a ton of material.
I know. And there's so many more series.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I would love to be that prolific. And her
oh,
covers are so cute. Like they're all so cute.
she talks about the cover artist too. And that she says once someone is successful who I guess self-publishes, then everybody wants to use that person.
Oh yeah.
But
I know the cover artist that I've used for my epic fantasies. She does a lot of romance. Um, she does a lot of different genres, but I think just because romance readers are so voracious and romance authors, they have a formula. They are really good at what they do. They lock in and because you have a kind of structure. I'm not saying it's easy, but because you have a structure, you can produce very quickly using that same framework. So I think my cover artist just her portfolio is a lot of romance just because romance authors are more prolific, but she does all sorts of projects and she's booked out for like a year. Every once in
yeah.
a while she'll have something open up. But yeah, when in the indie space when a cover artist or an editor or someone gets popular, they just blow up and then you can't you can't book with them unless you're like, you schedule out way, way ahead of time. But that's great and seeing an indie author, I guess she was traditionally published and she bought back her rights, but seeing an indie author get a Hallmark like
Yeah.
movie rights deal,
Isn't that
I guess
awesome?
movie option, but it turned into an actual movie deal. That's great.
I know I'm happy for her. And she
Yeah.
just seems, you got to listen to her interview. She just seems down to earth. She says she doesn't feel she has an accent, but when you listen to the,
She has an accent.
she has an accent. And she has these sayings that she grew up listening to, and she puts them in her book. And a lot of the editors, because he was talking about who edits, excuse me, your book. And she has a team. I guess there's these editors who used to work for the big publishing companies who now
Wow, she's got,
retired.
yeah.
They're retired, but they have their own, I guess, company or work by contract. So she has an editing team that are amazing. And before that, though, when I think when she was traditionally published, they didn't like her saying those things. And she
How
says,
weird. It's like
no, she
if
says,
you're writing regional flavored cozy mysteries, why would you not want to put the regional flavor in?
I think she's, she believes, or she said, that most people wouldn't get it. Well, it doesn't matter if I get it. I think it's adorable, and then eventually as I get used to her, it'll all feel
You
more
get it.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like fantasy novels.
Yeah.
Like, they have you have your own like swear words that are invented and I'm thinking too like this is more realistic. It's called, I don't think you would enjoy this. But speaking of something that it's like totally unexplained, there's a novel called Blackwater Sister by Zen Cho, and I don't know why it stuck with me so much, but um it was so good and it takes place, it's this the main character, I can't remember why she ends up going to stay, well, maybe it was for her grandmother's funeral. Um, but she's broke. I think she graduated from Harvard or she dropped out of Harvard or something. And anyway, she moves back to, she's an American citizen, but her family is from Malaysia. So she moves back to Malaysia to get back on her feet and all sorts of things are happening. Like she's seeing ghosts and demons and things, and it's actually very, I don't know, I got a very cozy vibe from it. And her dead grandmother is haunting her, but also like in a kind of grumpy, like, hey, get your stuff together kind of way. If you're familiar with the Malaysian like English and Singaporean English as well, Singlish, there's this filler word that's it's la. So you'll say something and then like I guess kind of in like American English you say some regions you'll say, "Hey, you want to go here?" I can't even think of
Yeah.
like I could hear some regional. This is totally, I'm sure Canadians don't actually say this, but oh, you're going to the show, eh? Like A
Oh
at the end of
yeah.
it. So it's horrible. Sorry, Canadians, but there's this filler word, la. And I was so confused at first, and it's never really explained, but you get used to that rhythm. Anyway, I just think it's really interesting that, like, I didn't need any explanation. I got into the
Hmm.
rhythm, and I feel like those, like, the regional, it is regional. It's regional to Malaysia, and there is no, you don't need an explanation for how they're speaking. You get used to the rhythm and you understand. I did go and look it up. I'm like, what is this? What does law mean? And it's just a filler word. But it's interesting too that people will say when they're talking about that, like Malaysian style English or Singaporean style English, la, you use la for everything. You happy? La. You sad? La. You annoyed? La. It's just really cool. So, it was a very long-winded way of saying, and I think too, like with editors, you can edit the voice out of something. You can go way too hard. Yeah, it's technically proficient, but if you edit the voice out, what do you like, what's the point? So,
Yeah. And
I think that's very cool that she's been able to reclaim that and put that in her novels.
it's good. It's she the funny thing is when they were talking about the Hallmark movie, the main character, Mae West, does not have a thick accent, but she was from New York. I think it's from New York. So she purposely she left It's not giving anything away. She runs away from her foster family when she's like, as soon as she hits 18. So she leaves. So it's been a while. So she doesn't have the accent because she grew up in Kentucky. And I think she said they might change where she's from. There are going to be some changes to
Oh, in the
the home.
movie.
Yeah. But she does have a character that comes in, and some of them have that southern speak. It's just adorable. It's just a fun read. I've been wanting to talk about this series for a while. I know I'm only on book 4, but I was saving the Christmas one so it could be out for Christmas. And like I said, it's not really a Christmas. It doesn't dwell on Christmas per se, but it's like at that time. There's no present giving. It's just the town itself is sounds really cute the way it's decorated, and some of the food. There are some recipes that are Christmas related, and there's a lot of snow because they're expecting a snowstorm.
It's just like a Christmassy atmosphere.
Yeah, it's set up just kind of that cozy vibe. You want something easy read around the holidays because you're stressed and you just want to go away to normal Kentucky and have fun with May and her friends.
Also, I feel like normal Kentucky sounds like the perfect setting for some sort of alien invasion, which is totally different. But I feel like, when towns have really bizarre names or like normal, nothing's happening here. It's normal
Hmm.
here. But I think, yeah, it sounds really cute and cozy. And the like laundromat, library, coffee shop hybrid thing,
Yeah.
that sounds so cute.
She said when they would go camping with their family, that you go to the laundromat either in town or on the campgrounds, and those people that were there knew all the gossip, and they were the nicest people. So originally she was going to name her book around the laundry club, but I think I can't remember why she changed it. It's such an interesting interview. It's kind of long. I skipped forward because I wanted to know more about the Hallmark stuff, but I don't know that they said that much unless I skipped over it too much. But I can't wait. I can't wait. When I heard about it, I think I got my brother to read one book. I don't know if he liked it as much as I did, but
I like cozy mysteries. I think I tend to watch them because
hmm.
I think Castle. I think of Castle
Oh
as a cozy
yeah.
mystery series. I know it gets a little intense, but it's very episodic. There's a lot of like humor and banter, and it takes place in a central location. So I like cozy mysteries. I realize I don't read them
Yeah.
very much, but I could see myself reading these.
These are adorable. And it's set around Daniel Boone National Park,
So does she
which
stay? I know she has a camper van, but does she stay like mainly in the same place in the books that you've read so far, or does she travel across the country?
I don't know that she talked about it, but she said she was going somewhere for, and I don't know if this was a year ago or it was just recently, this interview. I think it was just recently, but they
No,
were planning on going with their camper and staying, though she does have a house.
no, I'm talking about the books. I'm talking about the character.
Oh, the books. Okay. So let me set that up. See, I'm so fascinated with her interview. She's just a
Well,
very
you're gonna have to send
vibrant
me a link to
author.
this interview because I
It's
want to
on the
hear about her
website.
writing process.
It's
Oh,
on the
okay.
website.
Because she has a YouTube channel also, and she has
Oh,
lots and lots of videos. But yeah, if it's on the website, then I can
it's
just find it from there.
yeah, I can't remember exactly, but it's the one I wanted to know about the Hallmark movies is what I was looking for. I was looking for that, see if I knew about it. But basically what it is she gets this rundown campground and she has a camper. I don't know how she gets the camper.
Is normal her home base, and does she travel at all, or is she? Because she has a camper van. So does each book kind of take place in a different area, or is it kind of split between like, okay, she lives in normal most of the time, but then she goes and visits other places. So what is that structure? And I know you're only on book 4, but does she travel in the books, or is it mainly just in that one location?
So she doesn't really like driving that thing. So once she parks it, and because she owns this campground, she lives there.
Oh, okay.
It's one of
I don't,
those. It's weird. It's almost like there are some campers that are permanent, not permanent, but they live there. So they pay a monthly rent. And then she has some lots that are available to camp and be in and out. I guess that's how she
that
can
makes sense.
introduce new residents
Yeah.
on and off. So she does live there. She doesn't move. She ends up getting a car, but so she doesn't want to move it. I mean, she could if she wanted to, but she has to tie everything down. She does talk about it once in a while that she has to put everything down. You know what I mean?
No, that sounds very, very cozy.
Yeah.
So, like with the same character or the same core characters in the
Mm-hmm.
same town. And I like it too when like the setting almost becomes a character, like in a
Yeah.
small town, like you as the reader, you end up loving the town itself or whatever setting it is. Like
It,
Hogwarts, you end up
yes.
loving Hogwarts.
It is set up that way because she's trying to make this campground lovely for everyone. And one of the ladies was ripped off with her from her husband. So she makes her a manager, and they have these, I don't know if they're monthly, they're get-togethers where every camper brings some sort of food. It's like a big potluck, and everybody comes by with their plate, and they get donations from the town. So that she's trying to help the community revive itself after her husband kind of ripped a lot of people off from this town because she doesn't have the best name in the first book. But
That
that's
sounds
why you
really
need to go
cute.
back and read the first book. But the
Yeah.
reason why I read the fourth one, I wanted to save it for Christmas time. Sometimes I like to mood read, and I want that atmosphere. So I don't know what the next book is going to be about. They're just super cute, super cute. I think it's because it comes from that type of person she is. It just flows over to this series, and I'm really interested in reading her other books. And one of the books to compare was another lady author I've read is Lynn Cahoon. I've never read MC Beaton, the Hamish Macbeth mysteries. They compare that to this series, but so we'll see. It's a cute read. I highly suggest it, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. Thanks for being here and talking books with us.
And if you love stories and want to grow your TBR, hit that subscribe button and join the plot with us. And we'll see you in the next chapter. Bye, y'all.
Bye.